Okay, hello. This is a short video to explain to you um, how buttons are handled in Android Studio. When developing an app for Android, there's a way that you need to think, okay, because Android makes use of Java or Kotlin. You can use Kotlin or you can use Java. I mean, these are different approaches to your design. What's a button? We all know a button. You click on a button and then something happens. So when I click on, say, this button, something should happen. Are you okay? So you can see that this number here is changing. All right. So that is the idea of a button, that it should do something. Every button should do something. All right. So all the buttons here do something. When I click on that, something just happened. Are you okay? All right. So now I want to show you why nothing happens when you click this. Okay. So that will bring you um, the understanding, okay, to bring into understanding how buttons work in Android Java, in that environment, using Java and then the Android to the environment. Okay, so um, I'll take you to the code, and the code, if you can see it clearly, I don't know if it's visible enough. How do I even magnify this one? The code has a defines a variable, an object variable button. Are you okay? So this line here is saying that I want to create a variable to hold button. That's the reason why the button isn't working, because everything about the button works perfectly. Let me delete this line and let's go down to look at what the where we want the button to work. Okay, so the button is down here. We're saying that when we click on the first button, so we're getting a link. Okay, we're trying to get hold of the button from the layout. Okay, so in Android, your design is the layout. So in the layout, you're trying to make a reference to the resource, okay, via an ID. So we are saying that if there's a button called first, then when I click on it, if that's the one that I clicked on, so on click event, V, get the ID. If it is first, then I want you to fire up this. Just do the stuff that you see over here, just within this. And then if not is the last, then I want something to happen. Now I've put this here. Why is it not working? Are you all right? So the design is like this one. So look here. So here you go. And the IDs are over here, first and last. Okay. Jesus is the first and the last. First and the last. Alpha and Omega. All right. So these are the IDs that we are referring to in this code. And all we need to do is to just refer to it and say that if that is what was clicked, but we clicked and nothing happened. So let's go backwards and find out what is happening. So with this first button, let's see what we need to do. Actually, one of the things we need to do is to find it again. We need to actually make the proper reference to the object being, referred to the button object. So first needs to be defined. So because it's not been defined, it's red, and that's why it's not firing. Are you okay? And the on click event, there's something called on click event. So on click listener, okay, and then on click event. So we need to set the on click listener on the current activity, as in the current procedure. So in Visual Basic and other programming languages, we're looking at a procedure. But in Android environment, you're talking about the activity, the whole, subroutine that we are looking at. Okay, so quickly to get rid of this reddish highlighting, we need to now go back up and then define it. Okay, so let's go up and define it as the others have been, because this one has been defined. BTN CALC, BTN calc has been defined. That's why it works, and it's been set on the on click listener. Okay, so when you go down, I'll show you where that whole thing happens. Yeah, so for this to work, the listener need to be ready. Okay, so quickly, I'm just gonna end this And by showing you exactly what happens, what we do, we come here and we define this. Okay, so we go back up there and then we say, show me, not show me, define that reddish thing, highlighted text. So now the BTN first is an object, a button, yeah, variable, and we want to now the reddish thing is gone now, isn't it? Can you see that? Okay, great. So now this can be used. Okay, we can now set it on the click listener, so it will listen to a click. Oh, like just something we need to do. So we just do that because without that, it won't listen, would it? You need to tell people to listen, otherwise, you never listen. Same thing is happening here in an object-oriented environment. So I just felt like I should show you this, and I think naturally I have to recompile it, the code, and then show you really what the result is. So going back to the application, I'm firing it up. It's rebuilding. It's launching the activity, and then there you go. So we see the buttons. So we fire up the first button. Okay, so you can imagine that that button too has been set on the click listener. All right. So now let's click on this one. Let's we see this works. Okay, so now let's find out if that one works. So obviously you can see that it's working now. Okay, it's working now, except that we need to work on the actual values, the accuracy and the reliability of it. So guys, thank you very much. I'm still in the process of improving on this interface, and I thought I should share this bit with you. All right, so take care, and then bye bye.